Well, it's the start of another week, and you haven't changed your expression yet.
I think that's called being stoic. Is that the look up? Is that the persona I'm giving off right now? The
Um,
stoic type of guy.
or just released from prison.
Yeah. I guess that means I'm free then, huh?
I love that. I love that. Free. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. Today is like you said, it's Sunday, so it's the end of the beginning of the week, depending on how you look at it. Happy to be with you, man, for this day of therapy, man. So we can get some good stuff in, man. It was a good day yesterday.
I mean, it could stay in the 30s. I'm good with it. 20s, 30s. I'm good with it. It
I
just
mean, when you got that natural installation, bro, it's cool. I get it. But for
no.
me, I
I
just
just real men come from the north, so we can deal with
oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. That sums it all up. Let's get to
we
it.
can deal with the cold.
I'm saying these names not because they're essentially the best fighters out there, which we can make a case for Shakur Stevenson definitely. Um, they just look that much better than whoever they fight.
I think he might want to keep this thing on the feet and stay any way possible. Stay away from that guillotine choke. 'Cause he was
Yeah,
squeezing Buddy's face in the last fight and
yeah.
put him out.
Come on, dog. Let's fight.
Welcome to the Fighter Share Report. Hey, welcome. It is Sunday, Super Spreader Sunday. Um, and we're here to give y'all a good show. So, we're going to talk about the Vegas 18 recap. I just wore this to remind y'all wear your mask tonight. And yes, you can catch COVID from messing around with somebody in the bathroom. So, please remember that. So, last night we had UFC Vegas 18. It turned out to be a good card, a really good card. I was kind of shocked.
But listen, we talked about this early in the week, and we both admitted this is how the UFC wins. They put together these cards that you may not just be excited about, and you end up watching them, and before you know it, you on this show talk about, man, that was a pretty good card last night, wasn't it? That's just kind of how it works out, man. So yeah, it was a good card. I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Uh, I don't know where you want to start with this, but my one of my personal favorites. It's a bad man, Corey Sandhagen. I've been talking about him for a long time. We both watched the Aljamain Sterling fight and thought
Mm-hmm.
that was a great win by Aljamain, but that's going to be a great fight when it happens again. We're here now, and
Listen,
Aljamain gets past Peter Young. But what do you think about Sandhagen's performance?
Sanhagen beat somebody who is still at the elite level. Whatever you think about Frankie Edgar and how long he's been fighting, this man is still winning and winning convincingly. And for Sandhagen to hit him with that well placed knee and send him to sleep, I don't mean a TK go, I mean night night. Put
Bingo.
him out, bro.
Tucked him in.
Tucked him in. Read him a story, gave him a nightcap, everything. Put him
Yeah.
down.
And that
So,
milk is out
yeah.
here.
Hey, good morning, Pops. Listen, I don't want to look over what Devonte Smith did last night at the main of the undercard.
Bro, listen, I was telling somebody that was watching the fight, and I said, bro, I like this kid. He just got it. It was a tough fight between him and a guy. They were friends. They were training partners.
Mhm.
But this guy, they were high on. I remember the fight between him and the other gentleman. Bro, this kid coming back off of ruptured Achilles and I'm going to say this, he can be good.
Yeah,
He can be good, bro.
because Justin James is a tough kid.
A
The
tough
guy he
out.
beat, yeah.
A tough
I
out.
mean,
And
he's
he
a
turned it up on him.
he did he. You see that eye? That
He
left
turned it up
eye?
on him, bro.
His eye
Yeah,
looked
he
like
turned it up on him.
it looked like Mitch Green when Mike Tyson hit his eye. Just, Lord, Lord, Lord. Yeah, I had never seen an eye like that. It was puffed out. It looked like another eye was growing on top of his eye. That's just how disturbing it looked. But
Yeah,
listen,
I mean the level of I guess skill that we was on display from that kid. Man, when he turned it up on James, look. I understand James wanted to keep the fight going because that's what we as fighters do, and I don't know include myself in this, we them. But bro, we knew that was going to get a whole lot worse if that thing kept going.
yeah.
We might have had Dr. Pimple Popper or something come out of it.
Well,
That
look.
was
Looking at the time we got left in the segment, we got two other fights. Clay Guida beat our man Michael Johnson, and he beat him with pressure and just being tenacious. And Johnson didn't like the outcome, but it is what it is. I mean, you didn't do what you needed to do against Clay Guida, and even though Clay was 5 years older, he showed that he still has a lot left in the tank, bro.
that motor was impressive. Yeah, just a lot of pressure, man. Ate some big shots from Michael Johnson, landed a couple straight rights of his own. But yeah, a lot of pressure and just wore him down, man. I didn't have a problem with this.
And I think Alexander Volkov just put Stipe Miocic on notice because that's a big, volatile, athletic Russian. And he showed just his clear power the way he kind of broke Alistair Overeem down.
Yeah, good win for Volkov. I'm not buying it right now. He ain't putting nobody on notice. Keep winning because we know what Curtis Blades did to you. So you just keep winning, and we'll see you in another 2 or 3 fights. But right now, I ain't buying
Yeah.
that.
I think he's putting him on notice. It's not the same Volkov that fought Blades, bro. This
Yeah,
this
you're right. But
guy's got he's got a big tool
Overeem had
chest,
movement.
bro.
No, he throwing some good 1-2s, and that's all Overeem made last night.
All night. All right. So UFC 258 coming up on Saturday. Y'all really want to catch this
Turn it up. Turn
because
it up.
well, we're gonna be talking about this all week, but we're gonna kind of go over a little bit Usman versus Burns. Very personal. They know each other like the back of the hand, and it's rare that a champion leaves the gym and the challenger stays. But the champ chose to go train somewhere else, and the challenger claimed domain over that gym. There's a lot to this because if the champion wins, do you come back to the gym or do you stay in your new home? And if you do come back, how was that taste in the challenger's mouth?
Well, listen, man, I'm just marking my territory. I mean, I'm giving you this opportunity to remind you, Usman could have probably not taken this fight at all for another couple months to, maybe get another fight in between, or maybe just to rest up more. But he came right back and did what he said he was going to do and give his teammate and stablemate an opportunity. Now, with that being said, we just feel like Gilbert Burns is the biggest threat to Usman right now at 170 pounds. And make no mistake about it, Usman has not shown any weaknesses up to this point. So a lot is riding on the pressure of Gilbert Burns to live up to the expectation of what we all feel like he can be because we know what Usman is. Usman hadn't had a close fight in a while. I mean, him and Kobe were going back and forth, but he ended up stopping Kobe. So listen, we're going to learn a whole lot more about Gilbert Burns than we're going about Kamaru Usman in this fight. I'm looking forward to it. Those styles make fights. These guys are like basically they kind of mirror each other, but they kind of don't. But they have similar attributes, if that makes sense. So if this fight stays on its feet, boy, oof.
I kind of feel like this fight could mirror the Dominic Reyes, or is that man Dominic Cruz? I think it's Dominic Reyes. Who fought Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah.
When the way Burns dismantled Woodley. Now that's before we've seen Woodley fight again and we realize, okay, this isn't the same Woodley.
Right.
But people were just pretty much giving him the title at that point. They're like, oh yeah, I don't think Usman could stand up to the pressure that Gilbert Burns is going to put on you. And Kamaru just sat back and trained, got healthy and trained, I believe that this could be a really good fight or this could be a letdown.
I get that too. I get the letdown factor, right? Because what this could turn into is just a high level wrestling match, right? Or a high level wrestler against a high level jujitsu guy. Because we know that Burns, for as great as his jits is, his wrestling is almost just as good. And we know that Kamaru Usman can take anybody down, probably in any division, and hold them there. And I literally mean that. So, with that being said, bro, it could turn into that, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, like you kind of been hinting at the past couple of episodes when you made reference to this. When brothers fight, rarely is it a tame exhibition.
Correct.
These guys know each other, bro. Familiarity does what? It breeds contempt.
Contempt.
This fight is going to be violent.
And
It
listen,
could be a dud, but I just don't think so.
I can remember this kid who I won't mention his name, but he was a really good kid. But he was a year younger than me, or 2 years younger than me. A year younger than me, and no, 2 years younger than me. When I was a junior, he was a freshman. And I used to see him at tournaments, and I would give him hints because the kid was big. He was agile. He just didn't have the confidence. But we became so close that in my senior year when we wrestled, it was a whole different animal I was facing, because out of respect can also build great competition. You respect somebody so much who's giving you so much that you want to, it sounds crazy, but you want to honor them by whipping them, by beating them. You feel like by beating them, you're not supplanting them, but you're getting on their level. And I think this could be a factor in this fight next week.
Mm.
He didn't beat me, by the way. So, but he almost did. He didn't know how close he came. Listen, meanwhile, Super Spreader 55 is tonight in Tampa. Yes. And listen, there have been a few people, they don't understand, but I've not hung out with them. And I'm going to give them at least 2 weeks before I hang out with them, because they went to all these events with all these people who, some were wearing masks, some weren't wearing masks. It doesn't matter. If you can breathe through a mask, you can catch COVID-19 with the mask. That is the thing they don't keep reiterating. But they went to these big events with thousands of people crammed in these little spaces, and they're like, dog, you want to watch the game? I said, I am going to watch the game at home on TV. Hey, you mind if No, not having guests for this one. Listen, I got a family to think about. I can't have you coming over here bringing more than you take home. So, no. But the game itself, I know we don't pick winners and boxers and MMA guys and wrestlers, but we can pick a winner on this one. I'll let you go, because I normally I'll throw my analysis out first, but I'll let you go because you said you used to play ball. So
Yeah, so I'm very excited for what this game could possibly be, more than about teams that's playing in it. If that makes any sense. Um, but as far as the super spreader weekend, bro, I must say from what I've seen, by all accounts, it has been just that. I've seen several parties that they've tried to shut down. Um, it's been interesting up until this point, and today is probably going to reach its precipice or its pinnacle, because this is the culmination of the entire weekend. Um, but nonetheless, are we surprised? Bro, this is Florida. This is Tampa, to be exact. So we're not exactly trendsetters in being the most science tolerant group around. I guess I'll leave it at that. Now on to the game. I got a winner, man, and I'm gonna tell you, man. The reason I'm gonna give you is gonna be a shocker, and I know you're gonna be like, "Wow, how did you go with such a great, thorough, and thought-provoking analysis?" Because I'm gonna go real deep here on you on this. I'm talking about like Mariana's Trench deep. Right, you ready?
hold
The
on,
winner of the Super Bowl will be.
hold on, hold
Okay.
on.
All right.
Oh man, I had something for
See
you.
you. See you trying to help me out. You.
There we go.
All right, so yeah, I went real deep on this one. I was had a little session, a little cabinetry, and it hit me.
What a fitting song.
The winner of the game today, Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, now sit back and let that marinate on your mind for a minute. Let the smoke fill your lungs, just feel it radiate through your body, and let the knowledge hit you. Just take it all in, bro. But no, all jokes aside, though, yeah. So the Bucks, man, the Bucks are gonna win this game because this is what the NFL has been banking on since this trade was announced, right? This is what everybody's been talking about, and in order to make this story be what you want it to be, Brady has to win. And listen, it may be in dramatic fashion, it may be in a blowout, but Brady is supposed to win this game. Listen, White Jesus is depending on Brady winning this game. I got Tampa Bay because I got White Jesus, and I think the Bucks gonna win it. And that's how
Here's
it
the
is.
funny thing: Brady usually wins Super Bowls normally when there's a Republican president. Um, but I do agree with you that the NFL really feels like it needed the Bucks in the Super Bowl. But you've got another faction at work here. You've got a coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, who has been the poster child for passing over black coaches for the past couple years, right? Not that he's spoken up, but other people have used him as the poster child. Remind me, aren't all the coaching jobs filled now? Because he couldn't interview because the team was still in the playoffs.
I think they are, bro.
Right.
I think.
So if the Kansas City Chiefs do pull this off, mind you, they're down 3 starting offensive linemen. If they do pull it off, I think it's to quiet the crowds that'll say Eric Bieniemy still didn't receive a fair shake to give him his second ring. Just my opinion. Your 2 minutes.
So yes, I do have some to talk about, and it's not about what I talked about earlier, which I don't even remember because of the cabinetry. But I will say this:
Oh,
Friday
Lord.
night, I was able to make history. I became the first man of my complexion to willfully go to a bare knuckle FC event with no real incentive other than the fact that my brother was putting his illustrious reputation
And he froze.
on the line. All combat sports and bare knuckle fighting fans, dream come true. And my brother went out there and won, but he won at a price. He got hurt in the fight. He showed grit. He showed toughness. He showed heart, and he was entertaining. And I must say this: I have been one that have been, I'm not going to say critical, but I haven't been the biggest believer in bare knuckle FC. But I will tell you this: what David Feldman and his team are doing is they're quietly siphoning into a fan base that, for whatever reason, has just gone largely ignored. And I think they're bringing together this cult-like following, and I think that bare knuckle FC is going to survive. Initially, if you asked me this 6 months ago, a year ago, I'm like, no, this is just strictly some sensationalism. This is barbaric. This is not going to work. Having actually been to my first official bare knuckle FC fighting event, bro, being a part of that event, the way they ran it, the organization behind it, and the willingness of these people to go in here and fight, and not just fight for entertainment, but man, this is a brutal sport, and no one leaves that pit the way they went in. The cuts, the hand breaking, bro, it is just as violent as you think it is. But I will say this: I have to respect it for what it is. David Feldman and you guys doing a great job. Keep it up. And I will say this, bro: I'm going to continue going to more bare knuckle events, and hopefully I can get you out to one. That's my take.
Shout out to Trey Martin Smash Brown for winning. And shout out to Paige Van Zant for losing her bare knuckle fight last week. All right, so it's not really, I think it's not really a ministry what I'm going to talk about today. We as Americans really bear no responsibility for our own health, or nor can we ever bear responsibility for the health of our fellow Americans. We always take the road of my bad, and I'm gonna call it my bad. The road of my bad. Oh, my bad, dog. You got sick? My bad, dog. This happened to you? My bad, dog. That happened to you? But if we go back and look, we can usually see where we caused something to happen because of our own willful negligence. Yes, the Super Bowl is on, and millions upon millions of people will, even hundreds of millions of people around the world will watch it. You have people clamoring to get in, and I think they're only letting 30,000 people get in. You have an elderly man who's made it to every Super Bowl in history who is going to be at this event. There were throngs of people crowding the streets of Tampa. And yet, these are the same people who will be complaining in a couple of weeks. Oh, pray for my loved one, they have COVID. Pray for me, I have COVID. Oh, the vaccine didn't get here fast enough. Because we don't take responsibility for our own actions. We expect someone else to clean up our mess. And unfortunately, that's what America is now known for. All right, bro, it's time to wrap it up. But, dude, shout out to Smash, man, for that. I wasn't able to make it, but listen, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, man, he did it in front of the great Shaquille O'Neal. It was interesting as we were walking out.
Wow.
Shaq. Well, yeah. Listen, between. Well, not. It's not even between. If you pay attention, he's been to. I think the last two or three bare knuckle televised events. I think he made me think about partnering with the league. So
He accepted a fight. Oh, my goodness. Who did he accept the fight against? Um. Oh man, I can't remember, but he is going to be fighting soon. He accepted a celebrity fight.
okay, good for Shaq. I don't know what he got to fight. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, ain't nobody in his weight class, so yeah, that should be
No, who
interesting.
was he? It might be against a wrestler, but I know he accepted a fight. They were talking about it this weekend, and I can't remember going, and I can't remember who it was against.
But yeah, what I think Bare Knuckle FC got right this weekend too is the fact that they invested all this money in Paige Van Zandt and she lost on decision, and it was a pretty good fight. Like I watched it, I thought Britain won, but it was a very close fight. She didn't get dominated, bro. It was a good fight, and they gave the decision to the bare knuckle FC vet. I was shocked at that. That should have, and most times than not, and I will say this, and I know we're gonna get some flack for it. Had it been boxing and MMA, that fight would have went the other way. The favorite would have won that fight. So bare knuckle FC, man, they may be tapping into something here, bro. So
Hey,
hey,
you know. Listen, shout out to Miss Audrey and Kenneth. Thank you all for chiming in. Thank you for watching, everybody. Go ahead, bro.
hey, spread a little joke. We'll see y'all tomorrow, and I can be a little more loose and I have on some better shades. Until then, we'll see y'all at Fighter Nation. Peace.
He had coal in his eyes.